So before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. So, let's get into it. Alright, so, the second fight of the weekend will be an interesting one. It probably won't be as good as the Fundora or Lubin fight, but it will be an interesting one when King Ryan Garcia takes on the Game Boy Emmanuel Tagoe. In this video, I'm going to give y'all my fight preview and prediction on how I think the fight will go, who I think will win, and what I want to see from both fighters. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up guys, KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're talking boxing. King Ryan Garcia, the highly coveted lightweight prospect, the future pound for pound champion in some people's eyes, will be making his return to the ring. It's been a long awaited return to the ring for Ryan Garcia. It's been a long road of recovery and, of change for him as he switched trainers for the first time in his career, I think. He's now with Joe Goosen instead of Eddie Reynoso. Ryan Garcia, obviously, he's 21-0 with no draws. He has 18 big wins by way of knockout. Now, King Ryan, the orthodox fighter, 5'10", 70-inch reach from Los Angeles, California. His first fight coming back into the ring since he fought Luke Campbell early last year. In that fight, he showed a lot of grit in that fight, a lot of grit in it, and an ability to come back from adversity in that fight. And ultimately, he knocked out Campbell in the 7th round with a clean body shot, one of the most clean body shots I've seen in a while. But there were flaws in that fight that people saw, and that other fighters saw, his peers saw, and he got knocked down because of some of those flaws. So ultimately, coming into this fight, I want to see what has changed from that Luke Campbell fight. Now, he's had time off, he switched trainers. Obviously, I expect a little bit more from him. But in that Luke Campbell fight, he would throw punches and, he'd leave himself wide open. Since he stands straight up in the air and he doesn't necessarily move his head the best, he doesn't pop out a jab, he really does not have any real defense. His best defense is his offense. So that was a flaw. And Campbell exploited that. And it was a close fight. It was a very close fight. But Campbell exploited that, and he used that to knock him down. Now, what I want to see is Ryan Garcia get in that ring with Emmanuel Tagoe and show what he's learned from that fight. I want to see him, use his jab a little bit more, set up his power shots, maybe throw 2 jabs and then set up a power shot to the body. Set up 2 jabs, pop in and out, use your head movement. I want to see him move around the ring. I want to see him use his head movement. I want to see him control distance. I want to see him cut off the ring. Because this is ultimately what's going to be expected of him going forward. It's good that he's able to come back from adversity. But against Luke Campbell, it's much different than when you're going against a Tank Davis or a Devin Haney. So what I want to see from Ryan Garcia is just an overall better understanding of how to box. That's all. He doesn't really need to do anything else. I would say he would need to cut off the ring against Emmanuel Tagoe, since I'm pretty sure Tagoe will not want to stand right in front of him and trade shots with him. But that's all I want to see. I want to see him, use his boxing talents, use the talents that are naturally given to him. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. Use that jab, and with very good hand speed as well. Use that jab. Keep Tagoe up off you. Make him uncomfortable. Cut off the ring and set up your shots with jabs, and then you'll get easy knockouts. Just that simple. That's all I want to see from him. That's all, because he's too talented to be getting knocked down by Luke Campbell. And no offense to Luke Campbell, but Ryan Garcia is way too talented to have flaws, very glaring flaws like that. Now, moving on to Emmanuel Tagoe. He's 32-1 with no draws. He has 15 big wins by way of knockout. Honestly, the Ghanaian fighter he was 5'8" and is orthodox. He definitely has an uphill battle, but he's not going to come in here and lay down for Ryan Garcia. They've already got into it at the press conference. The one thing about Tagoe I can say that he comes in with an advantage is the experience. He's an older fighter, And he is 32-1 for a reason. He hasn't really fought the stiffest competition, and he hasn't fought in 2 years, but he's still a veteran. His last fight was against Mason Menard. Mason Menard is most known for getting knocked out clean by what's his name? Teofimo Lopez, I think that's the same Mason Menard. But despite that, Tagoe is a very talented fighter as well. He's an older fighter. He understands, the game perfectly. He understands boxing perfectly. He knows how to move around the ring. He knows how to throw punches and bunches. He's really good at throwing punches and bunches. He can sometimes leave himself open to counter shots, but, he's the veteran. I expect him to, rattle the young fighter's cage. And that's ultimately going to be the key for him in this fight. That's what I want to see from him in this fight. Is he going to be able to rattle the young fighter's cage? Get in there and show that the 245 rounds of experience that you have is much greater than 67 rounds that Ryan Garcia has. So ultimately, I expect Tagoe to move around the ring, confuse Ryan Garcia with head movement and body movement and all that, pop a jab out and throw combinations, make the young fighter uncomfortable, and make him think twice about coming straight in if Ryan Garcia is not moving his head. Make him think twice about that. So ultimately, I do think this fight will be one-sided. I do think Tagoe will come in and try and win, but Ryan Garcia is very talented, and I don't think that Emmanuel Tagoe, after 2 years of inactivity, will be able to beat a talented young fighter like Ryan Garcia. I do have Garcia winning in, I'll say the 10th round. 10th round knockout. That's what I predict. Ryan Garcia will knock him out in the 10th round. I say it so late. I say only the 10th round because I want to see if Ryan Garcia and Joe Goossen have been working on things. I'm pretty sure Joe Goossen has told him, take your time, pop that jab out, and control the ring, control distance, set up your shots. And then eventually, as you do that, as you move your head, as you pop out a jab, as you set up your shots, the knockouts will come. Eventually, you will break down your opponent and you will knock him out. So ultimately, I got Ryan Garcia winning in the 10th round by knockout, and I expect him to look good in this fight because that lightweight division is crazy. He's not going to get any breaks at all. He's not going to get any time to, look bad or anything like that. He's kind of been shown up a little bit by his peers. Devin Haney's going to fight for undisputed. Tank has already fought twice. And all those stars in the lightweight division is gonna be crazy in that lightweight division. So Garcia has to look good if he wants to take that step to the next level. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know who you guys think will win in the comment section and why. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these boxing videos. Follow me on social media as I will be announcing when fights get made. Share this video with your friends, get them ready for fight night, and I'm out. Peace.